Welcome to Survive to Thrive. Super excited to be here with you today. And we are going to continue on our Mastering Your Listing Presentation conversation. Write down the following words for me. For those of you who are feeling like you're in Groundhog Day, you kind of are. And the end goal is you are going to move towards mastery in your seller listing presentation. Okay, gratitude. This is your outline. This is the only thing you need in front of you when you're sitting down and speaking to a prospective home seller. Gratitude, expectations, needs analysis, prioritize needs, trial close. Now, after trial close, we're going to move forward a little bit today. The next step is satisfy goals and expectations. Now, satisfy goals and expectations simply means that when you do the needs analysis and you're going 3 deep and you truly understand where their goals are, remember, goals are never at the surface. Get the most amount of money for my home. That's not the goal. It isn't. Tell me what the most amount of money looks like. Well, 600,000. Okay. And what's important to you about that? Well, I need the money in order to pay off my mortgage and buy my next home. There's the goal. They need to sell their home for enough money in order to be able to pay off their mortgage and buy their new home. That's the goal. It's not get the most amount of money possible. All right, so when you get to satisfy needs and exceed expectations, this is your strategy that you're going to use in order to get their home sold. Remember that you are a local economist of choice. You are a strategic pricing professional. You are a local expert at marketing your listings in order to attract the right buyers. And the right buyers is the key word in that and what I just said there, because anybody can attract buyers. Anybody can attract real estate agents. However, because you're the local expert, you understand the difference between attracting buyers and attracting the right buyers. All right. When we're getting to that section of the listing presentation, we're going to be very, very different than most real estate agents, because most real estate agents are going to just start selling and telling, and they're going to show their marketing strategy. They're going to get out a presentation book that shows postcards, flyers, open house flyers, all of the marketing, print marketing that they do. Copies are showing them all of the different websites that their home is going to be on. That's called selling. Hold on a second. Selling and telling. My goodness. Valerie, talk to me. You're on mute, girl.
And I'm a fierce negotiator.
Yes. Thank you for that. Yes. That is absolutely true. And
I use that. So
you go, girl. Proud of you. And that's super awesome. Guys, this is why they're hiring you. Now, here's the other thing I want you to remember. Every seller is asking themselves 3 questions about you. From the moment you show up at the front door, can I trust you? Do you care about me? Do you know what you're doing? Can you help me? Now, it's important that you convey in everything you say and do that they can trust you, that you care about them. All right. How do you show that they can trust you and that you care about them from the moment they open the front door? Charlene, John Dietz, we had an appointment at 4 p.m. It's 4 p.m. May I come in? Thank you for the opportunity to be here. You have an absolutely beautiful home. I'm super excited for this opportunity to help you sell your home. Now, Charlene, what I would love for you to do is, if you would, please take me on a tour of your home. I want you to show me your home like you would if I were a buyer. And I'm going to ask some questions, and I'm going to take lots of notes, because this is the information I'm going to use to help you sell your home. All right. In other words, who am I focused on? Am I focused on me? Am I focused on my broker? Am I focused on my marketing? No. From the moment I walk in the door, I am focused on Charlene. I care about you. You can trust me. I know what I'm doing, and I can help you. Now, as you're touring the home, you're taking notes. You're demonstrating that you care about them. Do you care enough to take the time to tour their home and to take notes? Because the information you're writing down is the information you're going to use to sell your home. If you're not taking any notes, what are you telling them? Well, you're telling them, I just want to get to the kitchen table so that you can hire me and I can get a sign in your yard. That's all about me. All right. Can I trust you? No. Do you care about me? No. You're here to get a listing so you can put a sign in my front yard. True. Be different. Now, be enthusiastic about their home. Like their home. They like their home. You always find something to be enthusiastic about. This is not the time to walk through the home and start staging. Remember, that's what everybody else does. And you're not everybody else. Your goal here is to be different. So like their home, don't start staging their home. Don't point out things that are wrong with their home. You'll get to that later. And if they ask you for staging advice, your response to that is 100%. I have, as part of my listing service, once a homeowner hires me, I will either come back and walk through the property and help you stage it, or I have a staging service that will go through the home with you and help you with staging. But this is something you do after they hire you, not until they hire you. All right, let's begin with the conversation, gratitude. Valerie, thank you for the opportunity to meet with you today. Charlene, it is always a privilege and an honor to discuss the possibility of representing someone in the sale of their home. Now, Daryl, I'd like to start by sharing my mission statement with you. My mission is to meet your goals and exceed your expectations. All right, there's the why. Most businesses are really, really good at explaining what they do and how they do it. In other words, we sell real estate and we market our listings to buyers in order to attract buyers, get offers, negotiate contracts, handle contract to close, sit at the listing table and collect checks. They're really good at explaining what they do and how they do. Very few people ever begin with why. What I'm trying to encourage you to do is to begin with why. It's so critically important. Watch commercials from Android and then watch commercials from Apple. And this is not an Android Apple conversation. So Daryl, you're cool. No worries here. Nathan, leave him alone. And what I want you to pay attention to is Android is always going to focus on the product. You know, they've got this new commercial out where these three people are sitting at a table and an attorney's there reading the will, right? And one gets lands, one gets the art, and the other one gets his Android. And it's talking about the fact that he can trade in that Android flip phone for a new one. And oh my gosh, he must have been the favorite son because he got this amazing Android. All right, product, product, product. Watch an Apple commercial. They'll never talk about their products. They'll talk about their mission, their vision, their why. They're here to challenge the status quo. They're here to create disruption in the market. They begin with why. I want you to do the same thing. My mission is to meet your goals and exceed your expectations. Now, that's my why. That's why I'm in the real estate business. I'm in the real estate business to meet the goals and exceed the expectations of those who I am privileged to work with. Now, because that's my mission statement, and because this is why I'm in real estate, whenever I meet with a potential client, one of three things typically happens. All right, what am I saying? I'm not saying I'm here to sell you. I'm here to sell you. I'm here to sell you. I am saying that this is a consultation. And one of three things will happen today. Either you'll hire me, which is great, or you won't hire me, which isn't so great, or I may choose to turn the opportunity down. So back in script, Gina, because of my mission statement, whenever I meet with a potential seller, one of three things typically happens. One of those things will happen today. They either understand and appreciate the benefits that I have to offer, and they hire me. All right, pay attention to that. They either understand and appreciate the benefits that I have to offer, and they hire me. All right, what's the message in the message? The message in the message is, if you understand and appreciate the benefits that I have to offer, then we're a good fit. All right. It's not, if you don't understand, you're a dummy. It's, if you understand, we're a good fit. Apple, they're sharing their mission, their vision. They want to change the world and challenge the status quo. And if you understand that, you're a good fit. And if you don't, well, you're Daryl. Sorry, Daryl, I couldn't resist. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's just a thing. If you understand, and one of three things typically happens. Either number one, they understand and appreciate the benefits that I have to offer, and they hire me, which is awesome. Who is it awesome for?
Everybody.
There you go,
Yep,
Steve.
everybody.
There you go. There you go. It's awesome for me. It's awesome for you too. It's awesome for the homeowners. They made the right decision based on the right information versus making the wrong decision based on the wrong information, meaning they met with that limited service discount agent and made a decision based on commission, and they hired the wrong agent who doesn't market their property effectively, doesn't price it effectively, and delivers an inferior result. And they end up losing money trying to save money because they made a decision based on commission. Whenever I meet with a potential seller, one of three things typically happens. They either understand and appreciate the benefits that I have to offer, and they hire me, which is awesome. By the way, those benefits that you're offering, it's the same every time. It is a franchised seller operations manual, and there's a cost for that. It's the same every time. It's not different with one person than it is the other. In other words, because you know your value, you're not going to buy listings. You're going to work with people who understand and appreciate the benefits that you have to offer, and you're going to choose to turn down the opportunities where the seller has a goal or an expectation that cannot be met. In other words, one of my expectations is that you'll reduce your commission to 4%. Well, that's an expectation that can't be met. And I'd rather turn the opportunity down than let you down. Now, could I list your home for 4%? Of course I could. Of course I could. However, if I split that commission 50-50 and I give the buyer's agent 2% and I take 2%, and there's other properties that are on the market offering 3%, then real estate agents are not going to be as motivated to show your home, sell your home, as they would for those other properties offering 3%. It's like your boss calling you tonight and saying, hey, great news, you still have your job. Report to work tomorrow. And I've just reduced your pay by 1/3. See you tomorrow. How excited are you about going to work? You're not. Now, on the listing side, you've got an agent earning 2%, and after expenses and marketing fees and broker fees, their net income is less than 1%. And do you want to hire a listing agent that's not excited about going to work in order to get your home sold? Of course you don't. So what do we need to do? We need to change their base. We need to get them to base a decision based on they buy into your why and not your what. I hope you guys get that. All right. The second thing that occasionally happens is the homeowner may not hire me, and quite honestly, that's not so great. Now, it's not so great for who?
Everybody.
Everyone. Thank you, Steve. It's not so great for me, and it's also not so great for the homeowners. But what you're doing here is you're empowering them to say no. You're saying, it's okay if you say no. I'm not going to hard sell you. I'm not going to hard close you. I'm simply going to have a consultation with you. And at the end of our consultation, you're going to tell me we're either a fit or we're not. And I'm okay if you feel that we're not. Now, the third thing that occasionally happens, I may choose to turn down the opportunity. And I want you to pause after you say that. Now, don't awkward pause for like 15 seconds. Pause for 5 seconds. Just long enough for them to ask you, why would you do that? And if they don't ask you, then just keep going with, now you may be wondering why I would choose to turn down the opportunity. I think you're going to really like the answer. You see, if I am meeting with a homeowner that has a goal or an expectation that cannot be met or exceeded, I would rather turn the opportunity down today than let you down 6 months from now. Can I trust you? Well, yeah, you can trust me because I'm not going to lie to you to get your listing. I'm going to turn the opportunity down if you have a goal or an expectation that cannot be met or exceeded. So important. This might be the most important. Can I trust you? Do you want to hire somebody to sell your home that you can't trust? Of course not. Do you want to hire somebody to sell your home that's speaking to you in commission breath that only cares about getting a commission check? Of course you don't. You want to hire somebody who you can trust, who likes you, who knows what they're doing, who can help you. Now, I'd rather turn the opportunity down today than let you down 6 months from now. Does that make sense? Now, if I know, you're going to hear yes, by the way, and you're also going to hear, I really like that. Okay. Now, if I know that they're meeting with other real estate agents, and I know because I asked, then I am going to set my competition up to fail. Simply put, Gina, Kelly, because I know you're meeting with other real estate agents, you're going to meet with somebody who is going to tell you anything you want to hear just to put a sign in your front yard. I won't. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And why would they do that? Well, the reason they would do that is your listing with their sign in the front yard is marketing. They're using that in order to attract buyers who are buying another home, not yours. And that's a win-lose, and you're the one who lost. And I'm not going to do that. Interruption. Monica's in the room. Hi, babe. I wish you could see the face I got. Okay, here we go. Now, when they have that meeting with that other real estate agent, they're going to connect the dots and they're going to go, wow, that's what Gina said would happen. That's what Kelly said would happen, right? And when you do this the right way, they're going to come back to you and say, you're hired. I met with somebody else who offered to lower their commission, but they're not the right agent for me. You are. You'll even have people say, you know, I had better offers, lower commissions. I had real estate agents give me a price higher than you did, and I'm still hiring you. I don't even know why, but I'm hiring you. Here's the why. The why is because they connect with your why. It's an emotional decision, and you can't explain emotional decisions. There's a part of your brain that thinks rationally, and there's a part of your brain that thinks emotionally. Now, the part of your brain that thinks emotionally is the part that makes decisions. Logic makes us think, emotion makes us act. And when somebody makes an emotional decision, they'll say things like, I just had a gut feeling. The whole thing went from my head to my heart. And they can't really explain it. They'll try to rationalize it, but it's an emotional decision and they can't. So when somebody says to you, Raul, you're my agent. I had better offers, but my gut is just telling me that you're the one. Okay, that was an emotional decision that they can't rationalize. That's why it's so important to understand the psychology behind this conversation. Critically important. It's what makes you different than other real estate agents. All right, I'm going to pause there and give you guys a chance to ask questions. Please raise your digital hand. Talk to me. What did you hear? What are your ahas? What are you going to do differently?
I like